Hello and welcome to another episode of Messy Magic. I'm your host Dee Guy, and today is the 3rd of December, which means that it's day 3 of PODMAS, which is my daily mini-series of the podcast leading up to Christmas. And today I don't think I've got a very long one for you, to be honest. It's the end of the day and I want to share that I'm not feeling like the best mum today. I've spent the day with my little one and we've had our ups and downs today. And so in the spirit of real life, being that that's what this podcast is all about, I'm sharing a couple of messy moments that we had today. One of them was we went to a birthday party. My 4-year-old was invited to a birthday party and there was about, maybe 15 kids there. And it was awesome. They had such a great time playing and hanging out together. And slowly, after about an hour or so, some of the families started to leave and drift off. And then about another hour after that, we were still there, or maybe almost an hour, I think. And I started to say to my son, it's time for us to get moving. Long story short, he didn't want to leave. I continued to stay and allow him to continue playing. And in the end, it was time to go. There was one other child left. I felt like the host family was probably wanting to start cleaning up. And it was just time for us to go. And he continued to refuse. And in the end, I had to pick him up and carry him back to the car, and it was not our finest moment. He didn't really struggle, but it was just an uncomfortable moment. And I felt really embarrassed, and I think he felt embarrassed as well. And it was just a shame. Like, it was just not a fun way to end what was a really great party. And so, obviously the hostess, the mum, was very gracious, and I texted her since then and apologised for the way that we left and thanked her, and she kind of just laughed and said, kids make the funniest memories. And that was one messy moment for us today. And the other thing that I feel hasn't gone as well as normal is I let him watch way too much TV this afternoon. I was feeling deflated, and so I just needed time to myself. And I put the TV on for him, and I don't know, too much time went past and he spent too much time in front of the TV. And, things were fine. He's in bed now asleep, and that's why I've got the time to record this episode. But I just feel like there's a couple of things I didn't do so well today as a mum. And so again, in the spirit of this podcast and finding the magic amidst the mess, what I think I find magical about today is firstly the lesson that I learnt around leaving earlier, because by the end of the party he was too tired and he just wasn't capable of even making a decision or negotiating. So I should have put my foot down earlier and just found a way to leave, been a bit more persuasive earlier on. And the second thing that I am allowing there to be magic in is just finding grace and compassion for myself, because as you can probably hear, I'm really judging myself today. And I feel bad about the way that some things have gone. But at the end of the day, there are a lot worse things in the world than the day that I've had or the things that I've done today. And so everybody's allowed to, to face challenges and to be able to get better at doing what they do. And so I'm giving myself a little bit of grace. And so my plan for the rest of the evening is probably to sit down and have my dinner and watch an episode of Friends or two. I don't know why, I just feel like Friends is calling to me today. So I will do that. And lastly, I just want to share with you that as I sit here and record this episode, I can see the most beautiful golden sunshine outside my window. The sun is setting and I can't see the actual sun, but the sunlight is reflecting off of the palm tree trunks that are outside my window, and it's this beautiful golden colour. It's stunning. So that is certainly magical as well. So I feel like this time of year can get a bit crazy, and there are going to be things that we're not so happy with. Just in general, like it could be unhappy with ourselves, unhappy with the way others are behaving or treating us, or the way things are in the world. And so I think if we can practice finding the magic amidst that mess, it'll make our lives so much easier, and it'll make this time of the year so much more enjoyable as well. So I hope there's something in this that speaks to you. I hope it's useful in some way. I've been meaning to say as well, if you are enjoying the podcast, don't forget to subscribe, because then you'll get notified when I put out a new episode. And if there's anything in particular that you're enjoying, or an episode that resonates and you think somebody else might like it, please feel free to share it with a friend. I'd be so honoured to think that somebody did that. So I hope you've had a beautiful day, and I hope you're enjoying the weather wherever you are. And I look forward to being with you again tomorrow. And in the meantime, have a magical day.